Most of us have a bottle of hydrogen peroxide somewhere in the house. It's probably hidden in the back of the medicine cabinet waiting for a scraped knee. But if you really look at what it contains, it's one of the most versatile tools you can have. In fact, I discovered that $1 bottle replaces about $500 worth of specialized products that were piled up under my sink. Companies don't talk about this because they'd rather sell you an $8 miracle cleaner with the same active ingredient. So today, we're counting down 12 ways to use hydrogen peroxide that most people have forgotten. And number 1 saves me the most money every year. Let's get started. Number 12, refresh kitchen sponges. We start in the kitchen. Sponges get gross and start to smell pretty fast. Most people just throw them away as soon as they smell bad. Instead, soak them in a 50-50 mix of peroxide and water, and that bubbling you see is the peroxide breaking down the bacteria and food particles. Our grandmothers didn't live in a disposable world. They knew how to make a single sponge last months by keeping it clean. You'll double the life of your sponges at practically no cost. I used to buy new sponges every week, spending around $3 to $4 each time. Now one sponge easily lasts me a full month. That's a savings of $150 a year just on kitchen sponges. Simply soak them overnight once a week and they'll be like new. Number 11, a better wash for fruits and vegetables. I no longer trust rinsing strawberries, blueberries, or grapes with just tap water. Add a splash of peroxide to a sink of cold water. It kills the fungal spores that live on the skin of fruits and vegetables. That stuff that makes your berries go bad in just 2 days. It's a simple way to protect your grocery budget by making your food last as long as it's supposed to. Just make sure to rinse them afterwards. Works incredibly well with tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and anything with a skin that traps pesticides or wax. My organic berries now last a full week instead of going soft in 2 days. Number 10, whitening tile grout. Grout is porous, so it's a magnet for dirt. If your floor looks gray, forget about expensive acid-based cleaners that can eat away at the sealer. Spray some peroxide on the lines and let it sit for about 10 minutes. It's a natural whitener that doesn't have those strong, dizzying fumes you get with bleach. It's that old-school bright white look without the chemical headache. For really dirty grout, use an old toothbrush to scrub after the peroxide has worked. The difference is incredible. My bathroom looked like it needed a complete renovation, but after treating the grout with peroxide, it looks completely refreshed. Number 9, sterilize your humidifier. If you use a humidifier during the winter, you know that pink mold and bacteria grows in the tank. If you're breathing that in, it's a health hazard. Add 2 tablespoons of peroxide to the reservoir water. It keeps the tank sterile and the air clean without the lingering smell of bleach or vinegar. It's a set-it-and-forget-it way to keep your home air actually healthy. Especially important if you have young children or someone with asthma at home. Clean air is non-negotiable in my house, and this simple trick makes all the difference without spending $30 on special humidifier cleaning solutions. Number 8, deep cleaning mattresses. Unfortunately, you can't throw a mattress in the washer and they're too expensive to replace just because of a few stains. For sweat stains or mysterious spills, lightly spray the area with peroxide. It's a protein dissolver and breaks down organic matter and lifts the stain to the surface. Then you simply blot it dry with a cloth. This is a trick that professional cleaners use, but you don't have to pay them. This will only cost you about 3 cents. And if you have pets that sleep in your bed, this is absolutely essential. Pet urine stains disappear completely, and it neutralizes the odor instead of just masking it. Number 7, disinfecting toys. I'm a mom of 5, so I've spent many years cleaning toys, and I don't like using those harsh chemicals on things kids can put in their mouths. Peroxide is the perfect solution because it breaks down into just water and oxygen. Spray the toys, let them air dry, and you'll have total peace of mind without toxic residue. I do this every week with bath toys because those tend to accumulate that black mold on the inside. A quick spray of peroxide, and I let them dry completely before using them again. Zero worries about harmful chemicals near my kids. Number 6, shower and basin mold. Most people reach for bleach as soon as they see mold in the shower. But here's the secret that cleaning companies don't tell you. Bleach is an oxidizer, but a lazy one. It's great at taking the color out of mold, so the surface looks clean, but it doesn't always kill what's underneath. It's like mowing a weed instead of pulling it out by the root. It's going to grow back in about 2 weeks. Peroxide is different. When it hits that mold, it doesn't just sit there. It reacts. That bubbling you see is the peroxide physically tearing the mold apart from the root. Spray it in the corners of your shower or on windowsills or that rubber seal on the washer. It doesn't just hide the mess. It actually does the work, so you're not cleaning the same spot over and over again. I've eliminated mold stains that were years old that I thought would never disappear. Let it work for 10 minutes before scrubbing, and you'll see immediate results. Number 5, the Oxygen Garden Hack. Whether you're working in your backyard garden or just tending to your houseplants, this is an old-school trick that has been practically forgotten. If a plant is wilting because you overwatered it, I've definitely done this several times. It's because the roots are literally suffocating in that damp soil. Mix 1 teaspoon of 3% peroxide into a cup of water. When you pour it in, it releases a burst of oxygen directly into the soil and stops root rot in your indoor pots. It can even save new seedlings in your garden that are struggling to take hold. It's like emergency care that saves you from having to buy replacement plants every spring. I've saved expensive orchids and basil plants with this trick. Works especially well with herbs like cilantro and mint that tend to develop mushy roots. Number 4. Streak-free glass. Standard blue glass cleaners often leave a waxy film that causes streaks the next time the sun hits. This is a pure solvent. Use it on your mirrors with a microfiber cloth. It cuts through hairspray and oils without leaving a single streak. It's the simplest and cheapest glass cleaner you'll ever use. And it works just as well on your car windows or glass shower doors. Number 3. Resetting the dishwasher. If your dishwasher has a funky smell or cloudy buildup on the door, add a cup of peroxide to the bottom and run a hot cycle while it's empty. It sanitizes the internal seals and the drain where grease and slime build up. It keeps your appliance running efficiently and your dishes actually clean. I do this once a month, and my glasses no longer come out with that white cloudy film. The musty smell my dishwasher had completely disappeared after the first treatment. Number 2, softening feet and killing fungus. Instead of buying those expensive foot peels or chemical creams, do a 15-minute soak with warm water and half peroxide. It kills athletes' foot fungus and softens calluses, so they're much easier to manage. It's a simple old-school spa treatment that costs almost nothing. I do this every 2 weeks and my feet feel amazing. It's like going to the salon but paying pennies instead of $40. We're halfway through this list, and we've already replaced half a dozen specialty cleaners. But the next ones are where we get into the real savings for our home and our health. These are the remedies that usually cost a fortune at the drugstore because they're behind a fancy label. You know how much I spent last year on cleaning products before I realized this? Over $600. This year, with a $1 bottle of peroxide, that number dropped to less than $100. So stick with me, because number 1 is the biggest marketing scam in the entire grocery store. Oh, and quick, have you ever wondered why this is the only thing in the cabinet that always comes in a dark plastic container? It's because hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. That extra oxygen molecule is what makes it work, but it's very light sensitive. If light hits the liquid, the oxygen breaks off and you're left with just plain water. That's why if your bottle doesn't bubble when you pour it out, it's probably expired and has already turned into water. Number 3, whitening yellowed plastics. If you have white appliances like microwaves, toasters, or even the trim on your dishwasher that has turned an ugly shade of yellow, don't assume they're just old and need to be replaced. That yellowing is just a chemical reaction in the plastics from years of light exposure. Apply peroxide with a brush, wrap it in plastic, and let it sit in the sun for a few hours. That UV light reacts with the liquid to pull that yellow right out of the material. This works on vintage electronics or old sewing machine cases. It's how you make your 10-year-old appliances look like they just came off the showroom floor. And it's for the price of just pennies. Number 2, deep cleaning toothbrushes. Your toothbrush sits in a damp bathroom where bacteria thrive. Once a week, I drop our toothbrush heads into a cup of peroxide for a few minutes. It fizzes away the germs that a simple rinse won't touch. It's a small habit that makes a big difference in your personal hygiene. We're about to get to one of the biggest money savers on the list, but before we do, if you like straightforward, no-nonsense advice that actually saves you money, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. All right, let's get back to number 1. Last but not least, number 1, the Oxy Laundry Booster. Okay, this is a big one. Those tubs of oxygen laundry boosters can cost $15 or more, but the active ingredient is just a chemical that releases peroxide. So, skip the middleman. Add a cup of peroxide directly to your white load. It brightens, disinfects, and removes sweat stains for just pennies. It's the easiest way to cut your laundry budget in half. 112 uses. I'm curious, which one of these are you going to try first? Did you know about them? Or is there a trick I didn't cover that I completely missed? Drop it in the comments and let me know. I love hearing how resourceful you are. I learned so much from you guys. Also, I wanted to show you that they come in a spray bottle, which is super convenient. It's a little more, maybe 50 cents, 25 cents more, but it's totally worth it. And one last thing I forgot to mention, if you have stubborn bloodstains on sheets or clothes, peroxide removes them like magic. Simply apply directly to the fresh stain, let it bubble for a minute, and then rinse with cold water. The stain disappears before it even gets to the washer. This trick has saved me more clothes than I can count, especially with 5 kids at home. Oh, and YouTube thinks you'll like this video next, so check it out, and I'll see you in the next episode.